How was 2020? Let's talk about that today in the studio. Hello there, my name is Alex Silva. Today I don't have any technical information for you. I'd like to share with you some of my main experiences of 2020. I think we can all agree it was a seriously challenging year. Everything started more or less according to plan. If you remember my Happy New Year video, I explained how I was going to focus more on my business, on teaching in two universities, and of course on creating content. But there were, of course, many changes starting in around March, at least in Mexico, when the quarantine started. And my business stopped completely. I actually have had in the last 9 months around 5 shoots. That's it. So no, my business is not right now is not working correctly, but there are signs of recovery. So, yeah, in that respect, 2020 was not a good year. Not for my, let's say, photography services business. Everything almost stopped. It was hard. However, I kept teaching. Teaching is one of those activities that didn't stop, and I taught at two universities, and I was able to, let's say, transition to online teaching more or less easily. I already had some background working remotely when I was a project manager. I used to work remotely. I already understood many of the tools involved in some of my previous jobs. I learned about instructional design. So, and I had already some of my materials from my traditional classes were already online. So it wasn't a big deal for me, and I tried to make it as painless as possible for my students. But of course, most important, I was able to help other people in this transitioning to online teaching, whether it was other teachers or my own students. So I think in that respect, yes, 2020 was challenging, but I think it had a positive outcome. I was able to help people, and I'm really happy about that. In terms of content creation, yeah, it was seriously challenging. Um, but I was, reusing some of the materials that I was using for my online teaching, and I was reusing that content for the YouTube channel. If you remember that series about product photography using homemade lighting, yeah, it was pretty much part of that strategy. But at some point, I was a bit overwhelmed because even though some of my classes for one of the universities were already in the process of being automated, and I was already using online tools and things like that, on the other university, I had not. I didn't have any materials or a platform and things like that. Wow, so that was seriously challenging and demanding. So at some point, as I was saying, it was overwhelming. I was not able to keep up with content creation, and if you noticed, I pretty much stopped posting videos or blog posts for I think a month and a half, something like that. However, two very important things happened during this year that I'm really thankful for. One is I reached all the necessary requirements in order to monetize the channel. And that was awesome. That was amazing. It's not that I'm making thousands of dollars every month, but that was a goal that I had for this year, and I accomplished it. But I didn't do it alone. It was thanks to you. And the other thing that I have to mention is that while I was overwhelmed with all this work and teaching and creating content for my students and things like that, there were a few comments in the YouTube channel like this one, or like this one, or this. So I just wanted you to know that all of your comments, all of your kind words really really helped me, really touched me, and for that I'm seriously thankful. I seriously appreciate all the kind words, all the encouragement, all the criticism, because not everything was I love your channel or whatever. Some suggested some changes, some topics, and I really appreciate that. So I think that's making me refocus all my efforts for 2021. But most of all, even before looking to the future, going to 2020, I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for all the kind words, for subscribing, for all your sharings, for watching the videos, and of course for subscribing. I think you really made my year. You really helped in difficult times, and I just wanted to acknowledge you, your effort, your kind words. I think 2021 will still be challenging, but I think we're now better prepared, both you and I, because you have expressed the content that you want. I agree with it, so I think 2021 looks great. In any case, I'm going to make a special video about 2021 plans. Keep an eye out for that. In the meantime, I just want you to remember to stay safe, keep learning, and keep creating. And I'll see you next year.